Get out of bed, you lazy bones, you sleepyhead. Austin and Matt from Mayfair Kytes, welcome to Australian Musician.
Thank you, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. The band has been through a few lineup changes.
Absolutely.
Over the years.
Mm-hmm.
How long has this current group of musicians been together?
About a year. Our drummer's pretty new, but let's just say a year. Yeah.
Interested to hear your influences, Matt, because in your music I can hear bits of Grizzly Bear, bits of Radiohead.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's really influenced you?
Spot on, but I reckon for this particular project, I think the two main influences are Bjork and Dirty Projectors, who's also a Brooklyn-based band. They're close to Grizzly Bear kind of scene.
Yeah. From what I've read, this album, Animus, was recorded in bits and pieces rather than one continuous flow.
Absolutely. Yep.
Did that affect the continuity of your thinking towards the songs, like coming back to them?
I don't think it would have been possible any other way.
No, it needed the time to spread and
Gestate.
evolve like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was more of a dream album, you know, like to make the album that you always wanted to make all the bells, all the whistles. Yeah.
Tell me about the track Animus. Why does that deserve to be the title
Why
track?
is that the title track? That's a good question. I don't know, I guess it kind of sums up the spirit of the album. It's kind of like a reverse breakup album. It's about like starting at a breakup and working your way towards peace and reconciliation at the end. So, I mean, you know, the animus thing about in Jung psychology, it's within the female, it's the masculine part of the psyche. And yeah, so the songs from that relationship standpoint.
Yeah. When you're writing these songs, are you also hearing the harmonies and instrumentation at the same time, or is that something that comes
mostly,
later?
yeah. While I'm trying to sleep, yeah.
So how do you then document those ideas?
Well, harmony-wise, Austin is a huge part of that. He's written a lot of as much of the vocals as I have, really.
Yeah, it was a building process in the studio for some of them, and some of them were written as we were writing the songs, playing the songs, and like I said, some of them came about by experimenting and building it up in the recording. Yeah.
Have either of you studied music? Because the arrangements are quite...
I did
He's really
lessons when I did lessons as a kid and as I was growing up, and
I had lessons in high school, of course, but no, I'm self-taught.
Yeah. Did you learn much about the band and the band's capabilities throughout the process of recording this album?
That's a really good question. Yeah, learn a lot about ourselves and what can be achieved. Yep.
Yeah. Things that you learned that you might take into the next recording.
Yeah, very much so.
What sort of things?
I don't know, like patience and about maybe next time I think the next record would be a very different approach. Not because this approach wasn't good, but just for a point of difference. Maybe the next one will be a bit more immediate, I feel. Yeah.
Tell me about the building you recorded in and how you captured the essence of the space.
Yeah, well that was really cool. We found a space at the convent in Abbotsford, the Oratory it's called. It's like a 18th century converted chapel. And it has this massive long room. It's not very wide, but it's very long. It has a very long reverb and delay. So all the strings on the record, everything that you hear string-wise, is just being recorded in that room and put into the song. No added sort of extra gloss or anything. It's like proper dimensions are in there. Yeah.
The temptation for a lot of bands playing the kind of music that you play is to lay out vocal after vocal after vocal. It seems that this is an album that's fairly natural and everything can be sung live.
Oh, it's all totally doable live. We have 3 really good singers in the band, actually. Oh, well, 2 really good singers and me. I don't want to toot my own horn. But yeah, we needed capable vocalists to carry this off. That's why it took a while to get the lineup right, because we had to get the right level of musicality and just the right type of people. Yeah.
The track Morning Star, there's some interesting sounds happening in the background.
Yeah, right on.
Is that vibes
Good pick.
or is that the Nord?
No, we have a, what was it?
There's a bit of marimba layered with keys and lots of percussive stuff going on in that, in that one.
Lots of wood blocks and stuff like that. Yeah. But we kind of like, because you take the marimba and you put it with the piano and with the keys and put wood with it too, and you just kind of get kind of cool sound. Very Tom Waits kind of vibe is what we were going for.
Yeah. Did you try different combinations of that per song before you arrived at what you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took a bit of creation to get to that point. I don't think it was originally conceived with...
No, it was. I mean, I remember. I wrote it. I remember. Marimba was always intended. So I always heard that gung, 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 gung kind of thing.
Yeah. There's a track called Lazy Bones. There's another one called Sleepyhead. What time of day do you all go to?
Yeah, well, they're tied together, aren't they? Well, Lazy Bones is actually the working title. It's actually got it's on the album. It has a different title, which you'll find out when it comes out. But we didn't even write that. Simon Maven wrote that. It's just it's about that point where you first wake up and you're not quite awake, not quite asleep, to lead into Sleepyhead, which is not about being lazy. It's more of a call to not be lazy. Yeah. Get out of bed.
Let's talk about some of the gear you use on the album. What's your main guitars? What do you use?
I use a Telecaster.
Okay.
Yep. I've got a beautiful new
Telecaster. There's a bit of acoustic. I use a steel-bodied resonator, a National, in there. Was that all the guitars? I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean we had what kind of keys did we use? All kinds of different synths.
We had some. Yeah, electric, acoustic. I mean, there's a lot of Rhodes and Whirly layered with acoustic pianos in there. A lot of synth stuff.
Yeah, I think the synths that are in there, I mean, they were pretty random one-off synths. The guy Simon that did all the synths, he has this collection, just this amazing collection. So they're pretty like random, strange things he's found on the internet or around the world, and so very individual sounding patches and things like that. Yeah, we had if we want to talk about gear, we were using the OPR C12 clones to record pretty much everything. I think it's a clone of like a $20,000 microphone or something like that. It's just got this incredible depth and clarity, and yeah.
Your video for Sleepyhead is quite an artistic creation. How did that come about?
Right on. That's our artist, the guy that's done all the artwork for all of our releases so far, Tom. We got him on board to do it, and he's been working with us so closely. You know, I think he really got the right ideas for imagery for this band. I think it took him like 6 months to do. It was a big job. All hand crafted, hand cut, hand animated. He filmed it himself.
And then put back together like stop animation kind of technique.
But we have very little to do with it. We gave it to him.
Is the visual aspect important to the band?
Yep, very much so.
Yeah, that's probably why he's done the continuity kind of all the artwork. He's done CD cover artwork and posters.
We just want to foster the family thing, so that it's, you know, that it is a continuous vibe, and that it isn't just eye candy. It's like it has some kind of purpose and meaning. Yeah.